Okay, not only do I talk about my boobs surgery in this episode, but I also agreed for this to be the title and the thumbnail of the video. So the least you could do is please, please, please subscribe so that it's at least a little bit worth it that my tits are just all over the internet now. Thank you.
And it's fucking pissing me off, John.
It's a little frustrating.
Yeah,
I'll admit that.
Yes, I'm so happy. I was waiting for some dumb fucking spin zone.
No, it's a little.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. It's Clancy and Feidelberg via Zoom. Fights is fresh out of the shower. If you're watching on YouTube, he's got that just came out of the beach, just came out of the ocean look going. With
I got a good light today. I look nice. I think I look handsome.
You do look handsome. You look nice. You got like the nice floppy, curly kind of surfer hair, and you've got a beard for, I don't know, a couple more weeks. The pressure's on now, baby.
Dude, I gotta be honest here. I was surprised at the lack of concern on not our listeners, because our listeners are theoretically already subscribed. So
right.
The listeners are safe.
The others.
The lack of concern that society as a whole shows for the haircuts homeless people have.
Well, we know, John.
No one gave.
We know that society, that old like no man left behind. No. We leave the homeless behind. We kick them while they're down. John offered to
Could not possibly have cared less.
He offered to pay $1, right? $1 per subscriber to the haircuts for homeless.
$1 per subscriber.
It's a nice charity where they go out there and they help homeless people look presentable so that they can get jobs and get back on their feet. And it was without a doubt like the lowest day of the Beard Bet subscribers. Do you know how fucking rude that is? That you assholes. This man said, just all you got to do is click a button and I will help get derelicts back on their feet. And everyone outwardly, intentionally was like, nah.
Not interested.
Nobody gives a fuck about homeless people.
Thank God I didn't, because it would have been super embarrassing for me. But in my original tweet, when I declared I would be donating to the homeless people, I almost put in a parenthetical, capped at $10,000. $10,000 is what I was going to say. I was going to put the cap.
Bro, to put it all in perspective, okay? If you're new to listening to the show, we have this bet going. Every day, John tries to get subscribers, and then sometimes I try to get subscribers. Whoever has the most at the end of the month wins this bet. And we've been floating around like the 400 per day area. I think on my birthday, when I just cheated and asked for that for my birthday, I got like 800. But it's been in that 400, 500, 600 range. So John thought with his little fucking plot to include the homeless that maybe he was gonna get 10,000 subscribers that day.
If it gets into the right thing of Twitter, like a charity just pops off kind of deal.
Sure, absolutely.
And I was worried that, and I remember I was like weighing the prices of like what I was gonna cap it at, and I was thinking, I was like, maybe I'll cap it at $5,000, and then I was like, you know what? It's actually hilarious if I end up paying. I was like, if I end up paying $10,000 for Kevin to shave his beard, that's a funny story.
Yeah,
so fuck
yeah.
Like we'll go 10,000.
Bro, now
and it ended up being like $430. It ended up being like a kind of big Tuesday night out. Like it is literally nothing.
I bet you go to Homeless Haircuts Association and they're gonna be like, well, we've got to like get the barbers, got to get the material, fly them out there. We got to do all this stuff to make sure it's safe and antiseptic and all that shit. By the time it all sets up, you could probably get like 3 haircuts out of it.
I was gonna say two to 3 haircuts.
Like at that point, is it even worth donating the money? Like haircuts would be like, thanks,
they
but
might
man.
find it disrespectful.
Yeah,
they
right.
might find it to be a disrespectful.
Like that's like getting like $1 tip. It's like give me 0 rather than a cheap tip. They might be like, like if if someone calls up and is like, "Hi, I'm from this like media company. I have a donation for you," and then they get a check for like $333, they're gonna be like, "How about you go fuck yourself, you piece of shit." 10,000 capped. God, how do I wish you said that. I'll donate $1, capped at 10,000. Okay, well it didn't crack 400. Oh man, that is rich. I think it
was like 430 something. I think it was like 438.
So good. Couldn't crack 500. You selfish, well-groomed sons of bitches. You sheltered, ungrateful motherfuckers. Here's a man who said, if you click a button, I will help get these people rehabilitated, back on their feet. I won't just give them money. I will give them the gift of the ability to get work and to stay working and fit
just
in.
Self-confidence,
feel good. As a matter of fact, John, I've seen the episodes. I've seen those videos where they get like, they look like a different person, and not just because their face is shaved, but they're smiling and they're bright and they're like, oh my God, like I see myself again. And John offered that, and people said, no, don't care. Went Jay Cutler on him. Don't care.
Yeah.
So we'll see. There's still plenty of bet left, so we'll see what comes. But now that it's back in control, everybody go to the YouTube and subscribe, because now your boy's back on the sticks, back on the ones and twos. I think that it was probably the internet gods punishing you for taking shots at me and making it personal. You ever think about that one? You ever think about that one?
It's always been personal. It's personal to start.
Well, no, it's like it's like you just don't want to shave. Then you were taking shots at me.
I was saying, but to be fair, you started that. I even said, I think there's a behind the scenes video where I'm like, I don't even believe this, but Kevin said it, so I'm gonna run with it. Where you were like, I need the beard more. I'm ugly or whatever. And I was like, all right, if he wants to, I'll run with that narrative, but I disagree with it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's underneath here. I know you don't really know either, because like our faces change and we get fatter. And
I
stuff.
know, you can clearly see.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's the weirdest beard ever. It really looks like you taped hair onto the bottom, because it doesn't actually. It looks like it's floating on your face.
The Jackass bit where they did it with, I think it was Danger Aaron, where he was a fucking terrorist.
Yeah,
it was a super problematic bit back in the day. Where they don't tell him that it's all the
pubes, right?
Pubes,
yeah,
that are glued to his face. That's like what this is kind of. Look at it.
Oh my God! Nick, come watch this. Do it again for Nick. Do it again, yeah. If I was doing that to you, you would puke right now. That would be enough to make you puke.
It looks like you're babbling in your
Yeah, it does. Your face looks like testicle skin. Oh God. Oh God, it looks like your pussy. It looks like you got pussy lips on your face. It looks like you are taking the lips of like a 1970s Bush porn star. And, oh,
you want to get in his gash?
Oh my God!
Get in his gash?
Jackie liked that one. She's howling over there, bro. Let's talk about the weekend that Jacqueline Nichols had. I can't tell you. This is probably a good thing for your ego and a bad thing for the state of society. But I had multiple people hit me up in an excited way, being like, Jackie started an OnlyFans.
Really?
And I was like, no, bro, stop, you perverts. But yes, I did. So if you if you didn't see the KFC Radio vlog this weekend, which is really starting to pick up steam, I'm loving it. This week on KFC Radio, you weren't here for it, John. You were gone. So when Stu Finer tweeted out his list, were you privy to all this, John? Did you know what was going on?
I had no idea. I had no. So this might be a little inside Barstool, but I don't think it really matters. Dave sent out an email, and I had no idea what that email was about. The email simply said, 1, things we don't do at Barstool. 1, commit murder. 2, rank the women who work at Barstool.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck was he talking about? I was like, who was dumb enough to fucking do that?
Yeah, well,
who needed this email in order to know don't rank the women you work with?
There's
And
only
I
one,
should've
babe.
guessed it was Stu.
There's only one. Stuart Finer. And the funniest thing was, like, if he had said, in honor of International Women's Day, I'm going to rank the girls. He just said, because it's my 40th anniversary, I'll rank the women I work with, which I kind of get what he's going with. I'm a dog, I'm a pig, and it's my wedding anniversary, but I'll still talk about other hot bitches. I don't know. But Stu decided to rank the top 10 girls at Barstool Sports. Immediately was deleted. Stu had his hand up. He said, have a little self-awareness, Stu, Jesus Christ. But absent from that list was Jackie Nichols. She was not in there, and so we can only assume she's at best the 11th hottest girl at Barstool, and really, who knows? Maybe she could be dead last. She could be 175th for all we know. There's tons and tons of people working here. So
That's a big letdown, Jackie. That reflects poorly on us.
yeah, you need to step your shit up. We
I
can't,
mean, I did step my shit. I did what I fucking
I was
could.
gonna say, maybe now's not the time to get on her because she did step her shit up while we were just clearly tormenting her and torturing her. It's funny because Dave made Stu take that down and clearly doesn't want any narratives out there about men at Barstool ranking the female employees. We proceeded to make an entire fucking episode of internet content about it because there's no way I'm letting that go by. So I'm clowning Jackie. I was saying, well, maybe it's because Stu said the hottest women at Barstool, and maybe you're so young, you're still a girl. She was like, yeah, maybe I'm just a bad bitch. And I was like, yeah, but we just declared you a woman.
Yeah,
you are a woman.
Maybe that's definitely what it was.
Yeah, that was the problem. But we just declared her a woman, as you know, on International Women's Day, so that wasn't it. It's just clearly that you're too ugly to be on that list. So, Jackie in the moment, you got to watch the clip on the vlog. Without hesitation, she was like, I'm just going to fucking show him my tits. I was like, all right, let's go, girl. I'm just going to take my tits out, and then he's going to really see. I was like, damn, you didn't even hesitate 1 second. And that's what she did. So over the weekend, right, or I guess when the vlog was out, I tweeted out a link with the clip of the interaction on behind the scenes, and Jackie texted me being like, should I post a thirst trap underneath it? Would that be good? It's like, yeah, Jackie, I think that might be good for business.
I said thirst trap. Yeah,
Jackie, you've heard of the internet, right?
Yeah, you know where we work, right?
But also, I was like, the internet's seen tits
you
before.
Know how...
And then
I haven't seen your tits before. That's how the internet works. We've seen tits before, but I want to see those tits. The best pair of tits you'll ever see are the next pair, So people got excited about that.
It's like Tom Brady's Super Bowl rings.
Exactly. My favorite one's the next one. So Jackie put up a thirst trap, and my Lord, was she trapping. She went a trapping, John. But then I jokingly...
I was in the car maybe, and I was like, that was one I saw that before I saw the video.
Right. So you must have been like,
I saw the reply.
Whoa.
And I was like, what in the fuck is going on here? It was jarring.
I had to do what I could. I had to pull out the big guns.
Honestly, literally brought the big guns out. That is a great word, John. Those tits are jarring. It was like, whoa, holy fuck.
Here's the thing also is I got, when I was 15.
I wasn't being specific about what aspect of the picture was jarring. Just the picture as a whole was quite a surprise.
When I was 15, I got a breast reduction. And so
these are reduced.
Yeah, there was It was a lot before, but anyway.
These are the 2% reduced fat? You gotta be fucking kidding me.
It was like more than 2%. It was, yeah. Oh, yeah. What?
I was just talking about
Yeah. Okay.
Not the fucking actual percentage of your tits reduced.
I think I got 40% out or whatever it was.
Yo, so you must have been, I mean, that must have been a problem.
Yeah. But they were like also like shaped a little bit too. And so I just kind of think of it as like, I'm just putting good, like my money
to use.
Like
yeah.
I paid for them.
Because I'm sure you paid for those.
Well, my parents.
Yeah, I'm sure at 15
my
you
parents,
paid for the boob job, yeah.
When they were kind of like,
Does insurance cover boob jobs at 15? I feel like they should. That's clearly, if you're doing it at 15, that's clearly a medical procedure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, well, I had back problems, so insurance covered it.
Yeah, I bet. You're like a little girl walking around just like, it's like if you put on like a 100-pound chest weight and just had to walk around and live your life with that shit.
Yeah, I went for, it was.
That is crazy.
So, so then just in my head, I was like, you know what? I paid good money. So I'm going to just.
No, absolutely. What a great, like, that's pretty. Listen, I'm sure 0 to 15 wasn't maybe a walk in the park with fucking scoliosis. But also, you know, you're hitting like sophomore year of high school and you have a justified boob job coming your way. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you're not walking around with the implants, but it's like, but hey, while you're in there, shape them up for me. Just,
Yeah.
make them look perfect while you're at it.
Yeah.
Lot of tits going on at the Barstool right now.
That's the like what people used to do like in school when like a girl like got hit in the nose and she's like, while you're there fixing my broke nose, why don't you just fucking make it perfect too?
Dude, there are girls that I was in school with that I know were like running around gym class just looking for a broken nose. Just like, yeah, why don't we play full contact today? How about we allow head hunting? Whatever it takes to just break this schnoz of mine. Now, so I got to say, as far as thirst traps go, take me through the psyche of a girl thirst trapping, because where does the toothbrush come in?
Oh, well, so I was just getting ready to go out.
Okay,
and then,
so it was just genuine because it worked.
And then I just was like, oh, my tits look really good right now. I'm gonna take a picture. And then I happened to have that, and I had it kind of with a thought in mind, being like, if I need to prove that I'm hot, if this keeps being a thing and I need to prove it, you know, it looks good now. But can I talk about the response?
Sure.
Wait, are you saying the toothbrush was not intentional? There was no innuendo with the toothbrush?
No. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Of course, you're the best, Jackie. I did not think about.
I did not think about taking the phallic thing and sticking it in my mouth. You know what I mean? It was like because it's
no.
Not,
I'm literally just realizing that right now.
It worked. It added a little extra something. It's not like you were like it's overtly sexual, but it's like if you could take a picture just like here are my tits or like here I am with like holding this thing in my mouth, the toothbrush works better. It does.
That was like I was just.
Now I'll tell you. You can talk about your response. I can talk about my response because. I'll tell you what didn't work is those nails, honey.
No, I know.
Those nails, honey. Next time we're thirst trapping on the internet, let's make sure you get your nails did.
Yeah, I didn't realize. But then as soon as I posted it, I was like, okay, people, maybe hopefully they won't be looking at the nails. And then I just.
Well, that's how you know the assholes. If you look at that picture and you're zooming in on her pinky nail to look at her fucking nail polish.
No, it was bad. It was bad.
They were not great. They looked like they were like chewed up.
Honest. Still right now, I have not noticed nails, and I think that's probably the strongest argument for my heterosexuality.
Yeah, we haven't had one of those in a while. We haven't had a good a good moment for John. Like John's heterosexuality is in there being like, we're 0 for a million, dude. Can we get one on the board? And now you got it. John didn't even notice Jackie's fingernails. I didn't notice them either until they were pointed out, and then I was like, oh God, oh God.
Yeah, they were there. Next time
we're doing your nails.
We're doing my nails. I'll get.
Well, but so anyway, this is all a long way to say that I sent out a tweet being like, "Yep, the rumors are true. Jackie's joining OnlyFans," and then immediately made a thread saying, joking, it's only cans with bean cans, and you know. But if people didn't see that follow-up tweet and they only saw the first one, there were some people who got excited.
But then can I talk about?
Yeah. So your response? What did you think?
Okay. Well, so Stu's response was what I had the issue with.
Oh, yes.
Is that what I can talk about?
Yes, of course. You can talk about what the fuck you want.
He.
Wait, Stu had a response?
Yes. So at first, again, and I was justifying, I was like, you know what? I'm probably not on Stu's radar. Like, he probably just forgot about me. Whatever. Also, like, I don't have any. All the girls on that list are hot. I don't have an issue with that list. I just would like to be on that list. Okay. And then his response was, what was it?
He said, guess who's not paying for it?
Guess who wouldn't pay for it? So now.
Wait. Hang on. What did he say exactly? Because I think maybe I was misinterpreting it. I thought he said something about like he would be paying for you.
No, he was saying he wouldn't be paying. He said, guess who wouldn't be paying? LOL.
I think he meant you. Like, okay, wait. Now, okay, this is interesting. So now we got to like break it down because I think that there is maybe some confusion or maybe I'm confused. But okay, so John, I tweeted the rumors are true. Oh, this was the OnlyFans tweet. Okay, so yeah, you're right. Okay, so I said the rumors are true. Jay Nix is starting an OnlyFans. Somebody tagged Stu Finer and said top 10? ? And then Stu said, guess who won't be paying? LOL.
Talking about my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So now it's like intentional.
So now, wait a minute. I thought that was like about the whole situation, and I thought Stu was saying like I would pay for everything for her. You know, I'd buy her dinner, I'd bake her out. But no, that was a direct. I won't be paying for her OnlyFans.
That's why I was like, can I respond?
So now, hang on. This whole thing I thought was a joke because it's like obviously you would be at the top of this list, but now it's like no, Stu just doesn't think you're hot.
Stu just doesn't think I'm hot. Like, that was the problem.
Like, I genuinely in my heart was like, Stu just doesn't really know Jackie. Like, he doesn't, because we don't do content together. I'm like, if Stu met Jackie, he would put her on his list. Now I'm like, yo, you are just not Stu's type, apparently. No. You are a dog to Stu Finer, Jackie.
Which I've heard that he appreciates every woman.
Eat ass, lick clit. Like, he loves it all.
So just now,
not you.
It's literally like I don't want to like I'm not gonna go to war with him, but if I mean,
well, maybe that
means war.
So maybe he's an old wily vet. Maybe this is his plan. Like, look at you, you're all riled up, ready to fucking blast off who knows what pictures next to try to convince Stu to pay for my OnlyFans. Maybe he's just reeling you in.
So so we're coming to the conclusion. He does think I'm hot, and he wants more. He wants more content.
This is the brain of a girl. Like, oh yeah, no, he hasn't texted me in 2 weeks because he really loves me like so much. He's intimidated by me. That must be it.
That
is kind of
what we are
fucking...
watching in.
Go ahead.
We're watching in real time how negging works.
Yes.
We're watching the hamster wheel of negging spin inside Jackie's brain.
It just really.
Because, like, I'm looking at the replies to that reply. I don't get, yeah. Someone was like, what a burn. But one person said, like, get him, Stu. A true gentleman. Beautifully said, my friend. Part of me wants to be like, Stu, what does this mean?
I just want to talk. I just want to talk to Stu.
That Stu.
Do you want me to call Stu?
Dig Jackie's oral.
Do you want me to call Stu?
No.
Okay.
Don't call Stu. I mean,
this is just so much more hilarious knowing now that he's like, meh. No, I've seen it. I've seen the goods. You're not top 10.
Still. Like, should I post my ass next? I don't know.
I don't know what's, you know. I'm sure the KFC Radio listeners are going, yes! Yeah, no, post your, yeah, whatever's next. Yeah, do whatever it takes, Jackie. Wow. Well, listen, I guess my advice would be stop being so ugly.
I guess. And that was the whole New Year's resolution.
Yeah. So there was, now, throw out Stu's response.
Uh-huh.
I saw quite a bit of responses like, that's a chick who doesn't have to pay for her own drugs sort of thing.
No, that's, there was a good amount of
I would say 99-1, you know, like Stu's one comment was the only bad one. The rest was like, yeah, I'll buy you your drugs. I want to bang you. Those are nice tits. Yeah. Any variation of that.
Yeah.
So ultimately, Thirst Trap successful, but I guess ultimately not because the one thing it was supposed to accomplish did not. Yeah, yo. This is straight out of mystery. This is out of the playbook. This is negging to a T. You're really right. This is the pickup artist dream come true.
But what happened was Jackie put up her hot Instagram post, and everyone watched it but her ex. The only person the
The
post
one
was
guy
for
she wanted.
didn't watch
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Stu's just my.
He's like
What's
the
the
one
word?
that got
He's
away,
the
but
one
you
that got
never like
away.
had him, you know?
I'll get him.
Oh, will you?
Eventually.
Okay.
Okay.
And again, the KFC listeners.
Jackie's
like,
like, I'm going to fuck Stu Finer.
am I on your top 10 list now? Speaking of top 10 lists, top number 1 in the game these days is WhistlePig, and I mean that from their whiskey to their ready to drink cans to their brand. Like, the thing about WhistlePig is its brand. It's like you can like whatever alcohol you like. You can like the taste. You can like the where it's from, wherever you get it. But the brand of WhistlePig is one of the most like well curated, meticulously made brands I've ever seen. The merch they make is cool. The partnerships they have are awesome. Their farm is like altogether new age while being like a old school rustic place. The people who work there are cool. Everyone's young. It's just like when there are certain sponsorships, it's like, sure, you guys are a good company and we'll back you. And then there are ones that are like, fuck, this is almost like how we should run our shit. They're that cutting edge and that cool. And that's why we are pretty much positive that their new ready to drink cocktails in a can, piggybacks, are going to be the big drink of the summer. We got him here.
I'm about to give you the biggest cosign we can have, Kev.
Hit me. What do we got? Wow, is that in Polly's pantry?
Yeah.
Listen, when Polly Feidelberg, it's enough for her to get the Feidelberg clan.
They keep that shit stocked.
They keep
over
it on
here.
deck. We've got the 3 different flavors. We've got the citrus mint, which is kind of like your mint julep at the Kentucky Derby. We've got the fresh ginger lime, which is your Moscow Mule, if you will. And then the blackberry lemon fizz. All of them delicious cocktails in a can, ready to go at how many percent alcohol, John? Tell them.
8.
8%.
8%.
That's double your
8%.
average beer
It
or seltzer. So this summer, when you have a 4-pack, that's all you need, baby. That's all you need. WhistlePig piggybacks will get you there. They are available in Massachusetts. As I think they're almost available in New York and Jersey.
I think I've heard whispers of Rhode Island, New Hampshire.
They're rolling them
it's
out.
Available in a lot of places.
Ooh, breaking news. First time, we've now got a promo code. So this is the first time we've done this for them. You can go to whistlepigwhiskey.com. KFC22 is the promo code and get 10% off your order. So I've been telling you, if it's available in your state to go stock up on it. But now it might make sense to order it off the internet because you can get a 10% discount. I don't know if your local liquor store is going to be doing promo code KFC2022.
I will admit I'm not a regular orderer of liquor from the internet, but to the reader, to the listener, try it on this one.
Yeah.
Try it on this one, and you will become a believer. I'm a simple man. I'm a walk into the liquor store, grab it, pay for it, drink it. That's the transaction as far as I go. But if there's ever one that's worth trying, try it with the Session Citrus Mint. I assure you that will be worth your while. Go to whistlepigwhiskey.com, KFC 2022.
Just KFC 22. But also it's like with the internet ordering, it's like, yeah, you can always just stop by your local liquor store on the way home. But the same way that people have like their regular groceries ordered every month and their regularly scheduled deliveries of the boxes and stuff, just have your WhistlePig show up every month, the exact amount you need, and rock with that KFC 22 promo code and get 10% off all of it, and it's just like a staple in your house so that you can have it in your pantry just like Polly Feidelberg does. So that's whistlepigwhiskey.com, promo code KFC22, just KFC22, get 10% off your order and start stocking up for this spring and summer because it is going to be the summer of piggybacks. I mean, he did it. He fucking did it. We all thought.
Hey, by the way, while we're on the WhistlePig stuff, and so maybe some housekeeping real quick. new rule for the group text, because I sent a text Friday night. New rule for the group text. When Kevin or I send a text, it at least gets acknowledged.
I like that. I like that rule. At least give me a fucking thumbs up or whatever.
No, don't check that. No, not even a thumbs up. Not nothing. I asked where our video was. We're going to start doing something on Fridays for WhistlePig stuff. I asked if we had that video at like noon or 3 p.m. or whatever, so it could go later in the night. Never acknowledged by anybody. We're now 0 for 2. That plan was put in place 2 weeks ago. We're now 0 for 2 on that plan.
Can I tell you something that's even better? Jackie, I don't even think is listening right now.
No, I'm looking at the group chat.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought she was on her phone being like, I don't give a fuck. What do you think of that, Jackie?
Well, I think that this is going to sound like such a bad excuse.
Yeah,
but I
definitely,
swear to God,
definitely.
I don't get notifications from this group chat anymore. Like, I know that's like that.
Might I suggest turning them on, Jackie?
I don't know how. It's not like something that I like turned off. It's just like my phone just doesn't tell me when you guys text anymore until I click into it. And
trying to fix that?
It's
been a persistent issue for about
your entire
year
duration
and a
of
half.
being Barstool.
Year and a half. Every time we get like a company email, I'm like, "Do you see that?" And she's like, scrambles to grab her phone. I'm like, "Turn on notifications."
Yeah.
That's like a requirement going forward.
I can't believe we're gonna have to make a new rule, but yeah, you have to acknowledge the two people on the show when they say something.
If there isn't a video, and if the video's not ready, if you're not, just say fucked up, don't have the video, but don't leave me on fucking red.
Yep, that's a good fucking rule. That's a nice rule for going forward in KFC Radio. Don't leave us on red, you dumb assholes.
I'm still not seeing this text.
I went before this episode. I went to double check to make sure.
I was gonna say, I hope you did double check.
11:04 a.m. on Friday.
11:04 a.m. on Friday.
11:04. I asked for that night's video.
Because I'll be honest
there
too.
was plenty of time to make the video from then on.
I didn't see it either because I just don't read all these things. But okay, Friday and the KFC Radio group text.
Yes.
Oh,
Do we have the video for today? And then Jackie just sent Friday Night Pints assets 40 minutes later.
Yeah, well, like, that's not... I feel like this is getting on me, but we all did.
That is true. Everyone shares the blame here. Nobody responded to John at 11 a.m.
Yeah, I don't really know why I'm getting on.
Just a work question. Wasn't asking how everyone's fucking doing. It was a work question. Where's the fucking video for work? And it was just left out into the abyss.
Now I would imagine, John, that's because they didn't have the video.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
They clearly didn't. But
No, I know that. What do you mean? What is a hog call video?
We talked about the did we not talk about it with Nick?
I thought it was all in the group chat.
Yeah.
Cabs definitely said he was gonna make one.
I can't hear him.
He's Pat. You know the hog call video, right? You know what we're talking about. Yeah. So I remember definitely hearing about that because there's the funny video of them doing the hog calls. Well, we got to make a hog call videos. Just somebody. Let's make it happen. 40 days and 40 nights, John. That's all it took, John. That's all it took for Tom Brady to come back. 40 days and 40 nights. That's how long we were in a Tom Brady-less world in the NFL. And I want to hear it from you specifically because you were leading the charge of like, yeah, he's just a guy who just retires and doesn't make any fanfare about it and doesn't make it a big deal. And now we're doing the whole back and forth wishy-washy thing. And it's fucking pissing me off, John.
It's a little frustrating.
Yeah!
I'll admit that.
Yes! I'm so happy. I was waiting for some dumb fucking spin zone.
No. It's a little. It's not who he's been his whole career. It's a little out of the ordinary. He's been a quiet guy who doesn't really make much of a fuss, make much of a mess. I think he's even said before that he probably wasn't going to have a retirement tour.
But you know what?
Which
Also,
I don't think this is.
no, I don't think it's a retirement tour either.
Like, if this is this.
Sorry, you go ahead. We're in a little delay here.
I think it's out of the ordinary for him, and it is. Part of me was like a little. No, I'm never gonna complain about getting to watch Tom Brady play football more. There is something primal that happens to me when I watch Tom Brady run onto a football field. So there's an excitement that I've never experienced in any other form of my life, in any other facet of life. I've not felt the joy I feel when I watch Tom Brady run into a field. So to get at least 17 more of those fucking little moments of joy in my life, probably the last time I'll ever feel joy. So yeah, I'm happy about at least 17 more of them. But there is an aspect of it where it is a little like, this isn't. And obviously later in his career, he has become more of this kind of guy. He's been more in the media, more commercials and social media and fucking, obviously just leaving the Patriots. There's been more drama surrounding him in his later years.
Yep.
So it's not a complete shock, but yeah, part of me, because I think that's just so fucking badass.
Yeah, well,
Just
that's
like,
the
I
thing.
fucking
He
retire
had
on a Saturday
you
afternoon.
only technically, like, the only thing you get to do. Well, no, because you could do it multiple times, but like you only get one shot at doing the retirement right. You know what I mean? And all of the greats have come back. Jordan on the Wizards, Montana on the Chiefs. He's not the first, but it's almost like the same way that we revere Vince Gilligan and Breaking Bad because they're the one that did do it right, when so many others have faltered. Really, when you think about it, television show finales and sports finales are often the same, where they hold on too long or they try to do a comeback and it ruins the legacy, quote unquote. And they all do it because for a lot of the same reasons, as a matter of fact. You're making too much money. You're too popular. You can't let go. So there's a lot of parallels there. And the guys who do nail it, well, the guy, because it really is just like Breaking Bad, and everyone else kind of gets shit where it's like, we still love insert show. The Sopranos, Lost, whatever, but Game of Thrones. And then sometimes you really fuck it up and they don't, it does actually ruin things. But he had a chance to do like what he really should have done was retire after the one in Tampa Bay. Because then you really ride out on into the sunset. But it's hard to do when you're still fucking awesome. When Peyton Manning rode off into the sunset, it was because we knew if he played one more fucking game, he was going to be, dead. So, his body was telling him. It's almost a curse, in a way, to be as good as he is at this age because it's like, when the fuck do I retire? I'm 100 and I'm still just as good. So,
it was. I mean, that is what he's always said. That is, maybe it was a little foolish of us to believe that he was going to retire.
Well, it's like he gave himself and the public the blueprint, but then deviated from it. And I wonder if that's just because, like, was his family like, hey, Dad, like, can you retire? Or was there some outside force and then, he gave it some time and was like, no? Or was it just like, Dave was saying on the rundown, when you first wrap up an NFL season, you're probably like, holy shit, I can never do that again. No fucking way. And then 2 months later, your body and your mind and your heart are right. But it just seems weird for a guy that usually is so in control, it was clearly wishy-washy. Like, he had to have had major doubts just 40 days ago. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you can't
no
go from like 100% to I'm back. So he had to have been like, I don't know. So it just seems like a reckless move because there's no there was no gun to his head unless he wanted to wrap it up for his fucking. You think that was it? You think it was that show he was doing?
No, because that was I don't know if it was done just yet, but like
I guess maybe before
I don't
free
think
agency
it was
starts, like he needed to have let the team know so they could move on, and now he needed to come back before the team needed to go get somebody else. Or I guess there are like limitations if you want to play next year, but it also seems like you're Tom Brady. They can make a trade for Deshaun Watson. If you want to come back, they'll put his ass on the bench. Like, no problem. It just didn't seem like there needed to be. He was the one who announced it, and he's the one who put him in that himself in this spot. It's weird.
It was very weird. It was also weird. The reports were like, because I don't know how nationally it was covered, but in New England, and by at least New England beat reporters, there was always some doubt, to the sincerity of the retirement. but like the reports on how they were proving that it was doubtful were so fucking funny. It was like, dude, there was a full-on report that Tom Brady is still drinking water, so he might make a comeback. That's like, crazy. I guess he has a water bottle that he like carries, so he knows how much water to drink every day.
Right.
And it's like he's still walking around with the water bottle.
Yo, that's so bad. I like it. That one's great. That one to me is really fucking funny.
It ended up being right, technically, right? Like
right.
They were right. He was making the comeback. I think he'd be drinking the fucking water, whether he was gonna play football again or not. I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Tom Brady he would stop carrying a jug of water if he wasn't playing football. But I don't know. It was like that was the whole report. Brady's drinking from his jug of water.
Do you think that video with Ronaldo played a role?
I didn't see it. I don't know what it is. I know he was at the Man U game this weekend.
He went to the Man U game, and afterwards Ronaldo's signing a ball for one of his kids. He flips it to him, and then he turns and he says to him, like, I couldn't actually hear it all that well. It's kind of a hard video to hear. But he says, like, so you're retired, huh? And he goes, like, yeah. And then, like, the next day, I wonder if it was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. It's already out there. Like, or now the media is going to start with their bullshit. Like, he's questioning it, so maybe I just do it now. But I feel like that actually that might have actually played a role.
I didn't see that, but yeah, I would definitely think if I had seen that, I would have been like, oh, he's coming back.
Yeah, like just rip off the Band-Aid.
It makes sense that he would be like, you know what?
Yep, let's fucking do it. I hate it because I don't want to see him do it. Like people. I have to address the people, mainly some Jets fans, who are like already telling me, like, why do you still care? He's out of the AFC East. Don't you know that? This doesn't affect the Jets. Don't you know that? Fuck you. Okay? Because I know most of you are probably like 20 years old. And really, when it comes down to it, only the very tail end of Brady's career frustrated you, with a chunk of those years being on the Tampa Bay Bucks. So it doesn't even affect you at all. The people who lived through the full reign of terror of Tom Brady don't fucking like that guy. And it's not that it's personal. I actually think he's awesome as a personal guy. But as a fucking player, I look at him and it makes me want to puke and kill him and kill myself. And it's 23 fucking years of hate that's buried deep inside you that you don't just like, oh, he's gone now, like whatever, it's no big deal. Because I don't want to see him do well again. And I don't want to see Patriots fans who become Bucks fans have their fucking cake and eat it too again. And I don't want to see guys like Stephen Che and Bucks fans who all of a sudden just got gifted the greatest of all fucking time just falls into their lap and they have their problem solved while I'm sitting over here with time as a flat circle. Because Tom Brady winning, as long as Tom Brady's winning and in this league doing that, it's like his league. And it's like old times. And it's like new times haven't begun. And we haven't ushered in a new era where maybe the Jets can finally fucking win. Where Zach Wilson is just taking over and running with the torch. It's not there yet. It's not happening. And it reinforces the fact that nothing fucking changes for me. So no, I'm not just going to like get over it. No, it doesn't matter to me that he's not in the AFC East anymore. Because you know what? What if he just goes out there and balls out, has an MVP season, and his team is not injured in the playoffs like they were this year, and he wins another Super Bowl? You want that? You want another fucking Super Bowl for Tom Brady? Because that's definitely on the table. And then as Jets fans or any other lowly fans, you got to hear all about that shit and how great he fucking is. And that somehow, New England claims half that as their fucking another championship for them. And everybody's happy except for fucking you again. And that's just okay. You got no fucking problem with that? You're children. You're like 18 years old. You don't know what it was like. So fuck you. Don't tell me how to handle this. The real ones know.
I think what you just displayed is exactly why he came back. Because I think he gets off.
Yeah.
He gets off on like I think there was part of it where he saw like Aaron Rodgers kind of making it a thing, and he's like, oh fuck that right. Yeah. When I leave, it gets to be someone else. Never mind. Right. I'm not gonna do this. He's like, oh Aaron, you're so selfless. You came back for $50 million a year. I'll do it for 25.
Uh-huh.
Like that. Everything is just to mother. He is like he is the biggest motherfucker in the history of sports.
Yep.
He fucking hates Kevin, like your king hate. Tom Brady hates so much harder than you do.
I know.
But he just does it in a different manner.
In a successful way.
Tom Brady fucking hated people talking about Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady fucking hated hearing about how great the AFC East is with quarterbacks now, how there's a new era been ushered in. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady hated that talk.
Yep.
He said, "What do you mean there's a new fucking era?" Like I am
the era.
It's actually totally bullshit that he was not the MVP last year. He was 100%
I agree.
the MVP.
Yeah.
Like not it's usually there are other like because so much more goes into being a quarterback.
Yeah.
And usually Rodgers does have the better stats, but I think it doesn't matter because what Brady brings to being a quarterback greatly outweighs those. But this year Brady had the better
stats too. On top of it, yeah.
Rodgers had a more efficient season. Yeah, Rodgers was more efficient, but like those numbers fucking matter when we're talking about an MVP. Yeah. Tom Brady had the most touchdown passes. Tom Brady had the most passing yards. Tom Brady is the hands down MVP.
Yep.
Was. So when he's like, whoa, what do you guys mean new era? What do you guys mean there?
Yep.
We're moving on. So you're not moving on from me.
And
I am a fucking planet. I hold all the gravity. Everything revolves
you
around
come to me. Yeah. I do think too once he became more of an internet guy, specifically, I still maintain that I convinced him to give that guy a fucking Bitcoin after that one video where I with the which by the way, whoever that guy who paid $500,000 for the Tom Brady's last touchdown ball, you got to go make that right? Tom Brady's got to break that guy off some change, no?
Because I think it's one of those things where like because we make fun of it and because it's so unique, now it ends up being worth more.
Yeah,
somehow.
It's like the not
like
last, it's actually the second to last first retirement, blah, blah, blah. You're right. But I think when Tom Brady sees I feel like Tom Brady, in his heart of hearts, it's like if you asked him, why do you go out there and play? Do you play for John Feidelberg or do you play for Kevin Clancy? I think he would probably say the right thing. Oh, I play for the Patriots fans who love me and support me. But I think he goes out there to fuck with me more than to make you happy,
I don't even think he'd say it the other way.
You think he would say it? Yeah. Like I think there's a part who I think he like knows me or guys like me, like all the big Jets fans, all the major fans of the fan bases that like went against him. I think he's like, yeah, like you guys are my little fucking playthings. You're my little fucking puppets that I just smash whenever I want, and I don't want to stop doing that yet.
I mean, we're talking about a guy who still can fucking tell you like there's 6 quarterbacks chosen ahead of him.
Yes.
I mean, like, obviously that's not something you'd forget, but like not that he can still tell you them. It's still clearly bothering him.
Yes. Yeah.
It's still upsets him. He's won 7 Super Bowls, and fucking Gio Carmazza, whatever the fucking 49ers guy is, still fucking pisses him off. And that's great. Like that's deranged.
That's why
that's insane.
That's why him saying unfinished business is deranged. What's not finished? What haven't you fucking finished, man? Like, unless it's I have to also ride off in the sunset, because that's a tall order, and like you might have to stick around a while to do that. But other than that, you've finished fucking everything, dude. So why don't you just chill out, man? It's like you're 44. Like, just go sit by the pool. And I can't, I'm still not even 40 yet. I can't even like get out of bed and shit. It's like, what are you doing still playing football, man? Just calm down a little bit. You're so extra, Tom. Just fucking relax, man. By the way, while we're just quickly talking about quarterbacks, did you see the number of Kirk Cousins' career earnings?
I believe over 250.
It was like 230, 240, but that is fucking bananas.
I think he's going to finish his career as a top 5 paid NFL player all time.
I mean, I think it was Joy Taylor said something like Kirk Cousins' best attribute is that he knows how to make money. And it's just like true. There's just like, all of sports is always about like when your contract expires and when was the CBA deal and are you a free agent at the right time and who else is in your free agent class and all that shit. And sometimes guys get all the breaks and like they their contracts like align with the good times. And then like you look like Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom got a contract for $137 million. And we knew right away that was pretty much a good deal. But then like immediately, because the market shifted a little bit, Garrett Cole all of a sudden signs for $324, and it's like, oh yeah, you fucked up, you know. And now he'll get an extension, he'll get a new deal when he opts out, and it'll be better. But like he missed out on getting like that real fucking money. And Kirk Cousins is a guy who I guess just was always available at the right time, right place, free agency when it mattered, where he always got the top dollar. I would rather be him and have the his Hall of Fame stat is like I got the fucking most money. If it's not going to be like I have the most Super Bowls, I'd rather it be like I'm the guy who somehow snaked the most money from this godforsaken league. That is fucking amazing. 200 million plus? Huh. That's you can measure Kirk Cousins with the B word, because you can say $250 million. The fact that billion and Kirk Cousins are ever in the same sentence is it's one of the all-time greatest accomplishments that man has ever seen. Truly something impressive.
If we're doing like kind of like shock and awe about money things, I heard one of my favorite fun facts this weekend. It was the KG retirement tour, number retirement. So there are a lot of former Celtics around. There was a picture that went viral, or at least I don't know, I saw, of Antoine Walker, where Twan's big.
Oh, he's well fed. Well fed.
Yeah. But my buddy gave me one of my favorite fun. It's obviously not going to be as fun anymore because I think I basically just gave you the answer. There are two players in NBA history who won an NBA college NCAA championship, an NBA championship, and made $100 million.
Ooh, that's a great stat. And Twan's one of them.
Twan's one.
A college.
And the other one is the answer to every basketball question ever. Like if you have a basketball stat question,
Jordan.
he's an answer.
Jordan?
Yeah. Jordan and Antoine.
Wow. Wait, nobody else has won a college title to go
be
along?
fair, my friend did give me this kind of a warning where the stat's about 5 years old, so maybe someone has joined the party recently, but I don't think so.
Yeah, college championships are weird though, because first of all, you maximum have 4 years to try to get it done. You know what I mean? Like, and you could throw out your freshman year if you're like a great. Most of you leave in 3, some in 2, some in none. But yeah, that's crazy. Like, you'd have to think LeBron would have been on it if he went to college, but you don't know. I mean, how about like a guy like Zion? It's so funny. Zion's just walking around New Orleans, just fat as fuck, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's not going to be good, and nobody cares. But some guys are like busts, and they're getting roasted, and like, I mean, people make fun of him for being fat, but we don't talk about him being a bust, like a generational like loser. I guess there's still time to write his story, but yeah, there's very few guys who do it all like that. Shout out to Twan. What a fucking life that is. He wasn't on the Celtics team when they won, was he? What's his NBA title?
No, he was on the Heat. He won with the Heat.
The Heat. That's great. God, I just love a good hustle. I love a good snake it till you make it story.
That same friend, because Antoine has no money left because he's addicted to gambling.
Sure.
And that same friend who told me that stat saw him at Foxwoods once, bought him a shot, and then in response to the shot, Antoine Walker walked away doing the Walker Wiggle for everybody.
That's a guy who
didn't ask for it. No one asked for it.
No.
Tuan did the shot and did the Walker Wiggle back.
But that's a guy who knows what the people want. Like it's like having a catchphrase or something, you know what I mean? It's like if The Rock gives you the people's eyebrow. It's like if somebody gives you the handshake or does the line or something without even doing it. Like if it was me, if I had a catchphrase, I would just say it, when we're taking a picture, I'd be like, on the count of 3, everybody say like, you can't handle the truth or whatever the fuck I know the people want it.
Right.
But just like, hey, Tuan, can I buy you a shot? Hey, can you take a picture? Hey, can I, yeah. And then when we're done, I'm just going to shimmy and you're going to be happy. I love it. I love guys like that. I like when they go broke. It makes me feel good. But yeah, you spent all that money, dude. You did it right, dude. You're not taking anything with you, man. All right, we got Jake Johnson on the program. Great interview with him. We actually did it a little while back, but we had to sit on it for release purposes because his new show is coming out. Great interview. That actually lines up perfectly because it was the beginning. It was where the Blade bet was born, right?
I believe so.
I think this is the birth of the Blade bet because we talk about using beards to cover our face. Also, kind of a cool moment, I thought, for us where Jake Johnson said he was like looking at his press and looking at the list of like people that he was doing press with, and something about the way we were presented to him was like, we are officially in the big leagues of like shows now. I can't remember exactly what he says, but he was like, oh, okay. Like
he said he wanted to, he saw us as an option. He said he wanted to do us, and they told him, we'll see if we can get that.
Yeah, which is obviously funny because it's like an automatic yes every time with him. But yeah, he was like, okay, they're in the big leagues now. Let's go. So we got a good interview with him. Of course, we'll do voicemails. We got top 10 tournaments today, top 5 tournaments in honor of March Madness. But before we do all that, I got a quick story. Got to tell you on Sling. I got to tell you about Sling. Right now, we got a lot cooking on Sling. We've got Brandon Walker, who does like 10 nightly shows on Sling TV. We got Kelly Keegs' new show, The Other Line. Did you see Kelly's debut?
I did not see it. No.
Bro.
I saw videos and
yeah,
stuff like that.
You saw clips of it? Kelly looked like 100 out of 10. She looked fucking unbelievable in that debut.
I sent her a screenshot and said, what the fuck is going on?
I did the same thing. I was like, yo, you look fucking so hot in your debut. And she was like, well, great. Now I've got to do like 10 hours of hair and makeup before every episode. Because I think she said, yeah, I've been getting, some attention about it. Jackie's out here throwing around her tits with her busted ass fingers. And we got Kelly out here with her nice blowout doing her debut.
He also knew what she was doing with that background color. She knew what that was going to do to her eyes.
Making that shit pop. Yeah. So if you want to see quite the looker on Sling TV, you got to download it. You got to subscribe to it today. We also have all your Barstool podcasts, and actually a couple of March Madness games this year are going to be streamed on Sling. So all your live sports, your Barstool Sports Channel 24/7, plus all your streaming television and movies at sling.com/Barstool. You can sign up and try it for free for a few days. No contracts. It's easy to use, easy to set up, and easy to watch. It's sling.com/Barstool, and every Sunday you can see hot-ass Kelly Keegs on her new show, The Other Line, which I also heard was like a rousing success. There was a ton of calls. She had a lot of good like banter. That's when you rely on calls. To this day, when I do live shows and I'm like, let's open up the calls, I always have a panic attack that there's going to be no calls. And that's like, 15 years in. So I'm sure she was bugging out about that, and she had a bunch of people on hold. So good for Kelly, and you can check out The Other Line every Sunday on Sling TV. I had what could have been a disastrous moment. Very apropos considering last episode, John declared it the end of the Nudes era, right? You said we're done with that?
Yes.
So
we're living in a post-nude society.
That's what it was. The post-nudes society. This dystopian blight where we don't send naked pictures to each other anymore. So I had taken a picture of a young lady that I was with. And so I had her picture on my phone. Okay? And my plan was to send it to her as like, damn, did you see this? Like, this is what you looked like the other, like, it was like earlier that day, like laying in bed, like, just so you know, god damn, It's like sending a screenshot of Kelly's debut to her.
Yeah.
And I sent the picture to Bob Fox.
Shut up.
I don't remember. We were talking. Well, I was texting and driving, and I was talking to Bob Fox.
Bro, you were texting and driving, exchanging nudes?
Yeah, man. Maybe I'm not in a post-nude society like you, bro.
I mean, that is.
Well,
that
no,
is
wait. Now,
Downright irresponsible.
let me clarify. I was texting in traffic and driving. Like, stop dead on the fucking West Side Highway where there's every single day one accident. It's fucking insane. There's just always a car broken down, just blocking off a lane, causing problems on like a Friday afternoon rush hour. It's crazy. But I was, listen, what do you want from me? I was stuck in traffic. You know I get horny in traffic, John. You know that's a problem for me. Bob's lucky he didn't get a picture of my dick next. But I sent the picture, and I very quickly realized what happened. It was also one of those things, I don't know if you guys have the same problem. When you have a picture and you click the button to like share or save or whatever, like all the options come up. And sometimes there's like almost like you can either just do send as a text message and then you type in the name of who you want, or they just have the circle icons of the people who you like most recently texted.
Yes.
Sometimes for me, that pops up, and then also someone else who can airdrop pops up, and they like move over at the last second. Like I'm going to click you, and the fucking little circles move. So I think that happened. Plus, I was just already kind of going back and forth with Bob at the same time, and I sent it to Bob, and I just go, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, and I just kept sending it over and over again to like kind of get it off the screen. Luckily, it was like a PG-13. It was like a very harmless nude, but I was like, as I'm saying, oh, no, I was also like, you know what? If there's like one person this could happen to, I'd want it to be you. Like Bob or Trent would be like the two guys that I'd be like, it's okay. It's just Bob and Trent. They're going to be cool about it. No, we don't have to worry about any awkwardness. We're all good here. And you know how I know I was right by that? The gentleman that he is, he deleted it from our conversation, screenshotted our conversation, and sent it back to me and said, don't worry, it's been deleted. Because he said, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. It was a very funny exchange. But then he proved to me, probably after he saved it to his camera roll, a little creep, but he proved to me that he deleted it. So I wanted to ask you, who's the one person at Barstool, if you were going to send a nude of you or a girl or just whatever the situation may be, you're gonna get it wrong. Who do you want it to be? And you can't do it with me.
By the way, what did the girl say?
She laughed.
What did the girl say? She laughed.
Yeah, she laughed. She was just like, because again, she said it was really pretty harmless. She was mad. She was like, damn it, it wasn't like my best nude. She's like, I could have done better.
Yeah. The one person, I'm trying to think who, like, probably Pat.
Gay Pat? Oh, no. He's a deviant, bro. There's a chance that...
Wait. Fuck no. That dude's... No, never mind. That dude's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking, one, because he's gay.
Yeah.
And two, because, like, Pat and I are pretty good friends. Pat... This is going to sound bad, but Pat's got a lot of secrets on me.
What's another one?
Pat's been a part of a lot of stuff that I wouldn't like the world to know about, and he's kept his mouth shut about it. So this sounds like I suck Pat's dick.
I was going to say, this sounds like you fuck Pat and don't want anyone to know. No, but here's the thing about Pat, and I know this well. Pat right now, he has a new hit show on his hands. The Out and About and the Man Mafia is growing, and they are at a point right now where he is in grind mode and content mode, and he will do anything and exploit anything for a good story. That shit's ending up on the screen at the next Out and About episode, no doubt about it. John sent me his dick. Let's talk about it, Joey. 100%. And Joey like starts jerking off in the studio. It's a whole thing. Yeah, you don't want those guys getting a hold of anything right now. Maybe down the line when they're established and fully good, but right now they're like they can see that they are like within striking distance of like the biggest, weirdest, gayest podcast, and they would use that shit however they wanted.
Yeah, that would be the birth of a segment. We rate our coworkers' dicks.
Exactly that.
Fuck. So in that case, definitely not someone Italian. They're all fucking perverts. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, PFT would be a good one. PFT is another person who I've hung out with a lot.
You know who I would have
So-
on top of Bob? And not only just because he's my teammate, just because I think it would be like chill is Rudy. He'd be like, it's whatever, man. It's all good. We all do it.
Dude, Rude Boy's a definite.
Yeah.
Rude Boy's a definite. Dan's a good one because Dan keeps everything very private. Dan's a very
private
person,
guy.
So
Yeah.
if you're gonna have a privacy slip up,
Yeah.
it would be a good person. A private person would be a good person to have that.
Yeah. I think the best laugh I would want to have with it is Frankie. I would love to see Frankie's reaction to slip up nude and just
Frankie's one of the last on my list.
Yeah,
Who I'd want to see
for sure. But for the fun factor of it all, just him being like, "Dude, what the fuck? You had your hand and your balls. It was crazy. It was crazy, man." Okay.
Frankie, because he's an Italian, he's a pervert. Frankie's a heterosexual Italian pervert, and he'd jerk off to my nudes just to make a point.
Yeah, we know that he goes deep into the catalog for Pornhub. He just I need something new to shake it up, man. All right, top 5 tournaments today. John, this was your idea. I know I had first pick last time. You go first pick.
Boy, I mean, I'm gonna give you the number one because I'm taking NHL playoffs. I do think the NHL playoffs are better. It's just because I like the sport more. But I watch more of the NHL playoffs than I do of the NCAA tournament. I know it is the first 2 days are impossible. By the way, really fucking genius of us. Opening weekend of March Madness.
Yeah.
Live show time.
Yeah, that was an interesting thought in hindsight. That's how you know that
I don't think
we've fallen off on watching the tournament. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, I would have been like, no plans at all for the third week of March, like ever. But we're like, I got nothing going.
Dude, I didn't think about it until yesterday. I think I realized it. I was like, oh shit.
And that's why though.
Shout
out to
get
Boston.
Your fucking tickets.
I know, yeah. Like that's why it's still amazing that we sold out that first show as quick as we did. Tickets still available for that second show. We would love a late push if you want to come. And if you're in the first show and you enjoy yourself, you want to stick around, just cop a ticket and come sit with us for another hour that night, and we'll put on another show for you. So 2 shows Friday night at the Wilbur. In Boston. You can get your tickets available on the KFC Radio social media. You'll see the link. But yeah, that was an interesting choice by us.
But for the NHL playoffs, one of my favorite tweets and I think one of the more accurate tweets in the history of Twitter is why do cocaine and drive a motorcycle out of a helicopter when you could just watch the NHL playoffs?
Yeah,
it's something along those lines. They're fucking insane. They're insane. It is the best tournament there is.
I feel like every NHL tournament. It's funny to call it a tournament because it's like we call the March Madness tournament a tournament, but we don't call the rest of the playoffs tournament. But they are. They're all basically brackets. It's because the bracket itself is not like featured as much as in college basketball, but they're all brackets and tournaments. But they're always like once a year. Lock it in. There's like a 3 or 4 overtime game, which is just crazy that you can always bank on like a 6-hour game. It's just wild. The fact that that's just a regular thing is pretty nuts. I will, in fact, then take the March Madness bracket. It's now I would have said 10 years ago that this is like the number 1 pick always and forever. But I will admit there's like a chink in the armor when it comes to college basketball that I never realized, never thought about until I got older. And that's like if you don't have an alma mater and you don't gamble, it will fade. It's just something that like year after year I always say, man, I don't know anything about this year. And this year is the worst. And every year after it gets worse and worse and worse. I don't even know like the stars. I don't even know the 1 seeds. I don't know anything this year. And it does, that does, of course, some of its luster wears off. But when you are young and still into it and into sports and boozing and love bars, there's just simply nothing better than the first week of the NCAA tournament. The first rounds, like taking off from work or playing hooky, eating whatever you want, drinking whatever you want, the saloon parties we used to go to, the upsets that you see. It's just, it's madness. There's a reason why like the whole fucking like industry is geared around it. It's because there's just nothing quite like it. So that's a steal at number 2. I'll tell you that much.
My number 2 is Race Wars.
Race Wars? What kind of tournament's that? It's
a car racing tournament in the film The Fast and the Furious.
Oh, sure. Okay. Okay, that's that. I thought that was. I didn't know where that was going. I thought it was going to be like the 1 seed whites versus the 16 seed. I didn't know where we were going with that.
No, unfortunately, very nice of you to give us a 1 seed there. It is what leads to Jesse's untimely demise. Very sad scene, but it just looks like a real lot of fun.
Well, I'm happy you went to the theatrical because I went to movies for my second pick as well. The greatest tournament in the history of movies is the Karate Kid tournament with Daniel LaRusso. That tournament is awesome. The way they play that out, where he runs through all the Cobra Kai guys and he beats up the little underlings, and then in the championship match unleashes the fucking crane kick. That's the best tournament to ever be featured in a fictional piece of work. So Daniel LaRusso, Miyagi, the like California Karate Youth Championship bracket.
I'm staying in movies here, and I'm going now with the Tri-Wizard tournament.
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Okay.
Yeah, it is Cedric Diggory. It's from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, I believe. And it is, I'm going to say it's definitely my favorite Harry Potter movie.
I just don't like Harry Potter. I know that that'll hit for a lot of people. But that, to me, it means nothing. I'll stick in movies too then. I'm going to go with whatever the tournament challenge was in the movie. Yeah, this is funny that you picked Wizards because I'm going to go with the movie The Wizard. It was with Fred Savage, and he was playing Nintendo, and they had the Power Glove, and there was like a big tournament in California where they had to go, and he had to like beat that guy Lucas, I think his name was. That was a great movie, man. That movie probably sucks, but I loved it at the time. I loved it. It was great.
Okay, I'll go back to the real world. I'll take the MLB playoffs.
MLB playoffs, greatly underrated in my mind. Also about to change. I don't know what they ended up deciding. Do you?
I do not know the answer to that.
I
think they are very...
No, postseason. Don't worry about it. It's fine. The first day of MLB playoffs, I think, should have the fanfare of like the first day of the tournament. When they do those 4 games, it's like 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m., and then the West Coast game. Awesome. Awesome. And you got to really be a baseball fan to love it, but it's great.
See, I don't think so. I think that the pressure that is on display in a playoff baseball game is beyond palpable. Like even if you're not a fan of the teams, either team playing, you can watch a playoff baseball game and feel the tension and the nerves, and you can almost feel in your heart how hard the pitcher's gripping the ball. Yeah, it's fucking. But there is something very, very, very different.
And that's actually why I, ordinarily a traditionalist, came to really love those 1-game play-ins, because right away you get Game 7 fever. You know what I mean? Because as much as it's cool to open up with like that 4-game slate, it's Game 1. You lose Game 1, in a 5-game series, it's not great, but you're still okay. Right away to have Game 7s on the line, the excitement is through the fucking roof.
I think it more so than any other sport. I think that like clutch gene is more clear in baseball. Like there's like, dude, I remember, I forget what game it was. It was a Sox-Yankees game. I remember we were watching it at the old office, and it was 2018, and like the Sox, it was a close game. It was like maybe 7-5 game or something like that. It was when Kimbrel was going through that phase where Craig Kimbrel just could not get a save without making it very complicated.
Yep.
And I don't remember if it was the clinching series of the game or what, but he just could not stop bouncing the ball. It's like he can 100 times out of 100, he can throw a fucking perfect strike whenever he wants to, but he could not stop bouncing the ball.
And there's no way out of that. There's no clock to save you. There's no nothing. Like, you are just fucked.
Yeah, it's fucking. I'm like getting like goosebumps like thinking about it right now. Playoff baseball is a different fucking.
And like, and the choices in the bullpen are like not as good. Like, they're just as bad as you. So you're just out there on your own, floundering, and there's no fucking where to go. I am gonna go with. I'm going to go with one of my own fucking tournaments. When I used to do a yearly March Madness thing, when I did I want to say the tournament of best side characters, I think was my favorite one. Yeah. I've done villains. I've done funniest TV show. I've done, and then I think the other major one. Oh, no. Wait, I changed my mind. For my content, for sure not the tournament of smoke shows. The cartoon smoke show tournament was my greatest work ever as a blogger. I cannot even begin to describe to you the effort and time I put into that thing. I first off drafted a 64 seed tournament of female cartoon characters. Actually, not just female. I think I snuck some dudes in there. It ranged from like Disney princesses down to like cartoon fucking advertisement like logos and mascots and shit. And I was still working at Deloitte, and I wrote out the brackets, and then I had each one zoomed in, and I would sit there and I would advance the winners, and I would make photocopies and scan them into the computer, mail them back to my desk computer, and update my website. So I would be standing there at work at Deloitte with a stack of papers that was nothing more than my thoughts on hot cartoons and where they were advancing in my fake tournament while people had real work to do. There'd be a line at the printer, and I'd be like, yeah, hang on, I got some papers here. And I'm just fucking photoshopping and scanning. And, they've got like a stack of fucking collateralized debt obligations, and I'm sitting here like, I got a Final Four of Jasmine, Ariel, and Jessica Rabbit, and fucking Lola Rabbit. Let's go. So that to me, greatest bracket ever assembled.
That is a very, very good answer. Fifth one. Field day.
Is that a tournament?
I don't think it is.
I mean, the definition of a tournament, what is that? You have to like advance on and like play multiple rounds, right?
Yeah, no, this is not a tournament. Field day is not a tournament.
You didn't even try to put up a fight.
I fucking don't know. This is my category, so let's pause for a second. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm going Champions League. It is not a borderline tournament. It is a tournament, but the fact that it has a league gives me a little pause.
Well, it's like a regular season tournament, but it's actually like a postseason tournament, right? Because that's all they have.
Yeah. It's basically the playoffs of soccer.
Right. I kind of like that they just go. It's just like when everyone says like I've definitely done the argument before. How could you like a sport that doesn't even have a playoffs? It's like it's just all playoffs. Like you know what I mean? They shouldn't say it's a regular season. We just go right into the postseason, bitches.
It does make the most. It is without a question the fairest way to decide the best team.
Right.
Every team plays every team once at home, once away. Most wins at the end.
They're the winner. Yeah. And I don't know why we have so many problems over here with so many sports, especially college football. I mean, I'm sure some people would have that on their pick. I know I'm not taking it. You didn't take it. It's like we have so many messes where we make it all complicated. It's like just everybody play each other. Whoever wins the most.
I don't think 4 teams you can even count as a tournament. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
At its
But
core,
only because it's inevitable that it's gonna go to 6 or 8 or 12 or 16 with buys and shit. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have a tournament. There's too much money to make.
But the craziest thing about the Champions League, and I this makes it cooler because it gives it like the final game a Super Bowl feel. But what's very odd is that all of the games are played. Every round is 1 game at home, 1 game away.
Right.
Each team plays at home. The goals are on aggregate. Whoever wins both games kind of combined moves on.
Right.
Except the final. The final is 1 game.
That's stupid. However, I guess it's just like we've determined the best. Now you guys just go at it. We don't need. But yeah, it's like if everything else.
It definitely makes it better. It's like.
Well, but I guess because you would need to do like a 3-game, right? You can't do 1 and 1 because then you'd be a split. So.
No, because it wouldn't be because the way they do like the aggregate and like there were weighted goals. It's
that I don't like. I don't like that shit. But all right, whatever. My final pick, Jeopardy Tournament of Champions. Just you're crowning the smartest guy or girl in the fucking world, and in recent years has created like legitimate celebrities, not legitimate celebrities, but like small time like internet celebrities, where it's like you've got the Ken Jennings or the James Holtzhauers, or even when I was beefing with Arthur Chu or some of these people, where it's like you're gonna have your moment in the sun because of fucking Jeopardy. So, and the TOC is like. That is the cream of the fucking crop. You're getting the best of the best. So, all right, tweet at us. What did we forget? What tournaments, brackets, challenges did we miss? As I say, challenge. I feel like maybe honorary answer is did Nickelodeon Guts have a tournament? Was that like a bracket? There's probably some like kids game show type shit that we grew up on. That's more of a tournament than we realized, but whatever. Let us know. Best tournaments. What did we miss? Let's get into voicemails today. They're brought to you by 3G. All right, we'll get to our voicemails, but first, Johnny story time.
I just had a quick thing. When I was telling that story, I just remembered something that happened to me Friday night. Friday night, I was at a friend's surprise party in Newport at the Cookhouse, if anyone's familiar. And I was in the bathroom, a very, very small bathroom up where the party was. It was a private event, so it was like in a different area than the restaurant. And there were 2 people in the bathroom, just both talking about how about their dog's anxiety. And I was like, if there was a man in here, he would burn the place to the ground. I could not believe it. And it went on. I ended up becoming friendly with one of the guys who was talking about it. It came up multiple times throughout the weekend. It wasn't just, it was like he's like, hey, here's the thing I'd like to talk about several times over the next 72 hours. My dog's anxiety. And then I started hanging out with other friends. They were talking about their dog's anxieties. It was all, dude, it was honestly, if you did a speech bubble for things I talked about this weekend, maybe the number one thing would be not talk dogs. I participated in none of the conversations.
Listen to,
but at least the things I heard.
Yeah,
things that went into my brain. Significant amount of Promazepam. Is that a pill?
Sounds like
it's something along those lines. Is a pill they have to give their dogs because of their dog's anxiety.
Bro, here's the thing.
I'm a mental health advocate to an extent. I think we're all getting a little bit.
I think I'm opposite. I think I'm rallying against it now. Like Naomi Osaka. Yeah. Naomi Osaka, fucking quit, girl. Fucking quit. You don't like your job, and that's okay. Your job sucks. One of the hazards of it is that people are fucking torturing you mentally. Quit. Just fucking quit. I'm done with it. But. Or take some doggy Proazepam or whatever. I'm fucking done.
But yeah, it was crazy.
You know what? You know what you're allowed to say in my mind. Fun thing we did if you have a dog and it is 4th of July, you can say that my dog is afraid of fireworks or something like that. My dog gets scared. Your dog doesn't have anxiety. He doesn't. He has things that he likes and things that he doesn't like. He has things that scare him and things that, you know, you like. It's not anxiety. Your dog doesn't wake up in the morning being like, oh boy, I can't get out of bed because I feel the weight of my like schedule or whatever. Shut up, idiots.
It was nuts. It was nuts.
All right, what's up? What's up, KFC? What's up, Fights? What's up, Jackie, Mikey, everyone over there? I love you guys. I've been listening to you guys for like 3 years. Like, I love you guys. The most recent, I don't think it was Am I in a Hassle, but like it was just like, all my boys were just coming at me, kind of dicking on me and shit. And I kind of like just thought about this whole thing while I was high as shit, like, and I just want your input on it. So I was high as balls the other day, right? And I came with this thing called boner bucks, right? So say you are working a minimum wage job where you're making $7.50 an hour, right? So that means you're making 7.5 boner bucks an hour. So they're interchangeable as money, they're interchangeable as whatever. So say you're a very successful person and you're making $150,000 a year. $150,000 a year, as well as 150,000 boner bucks a year. All right, it's the same thing. They're interchangeable. So say that like a poor person, like they don't have as many times to reproduce because like it's like I'm only making so much amount of money, so it's like I only have this many opportunities to reproduce. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like say if it was fights, I only got like 4 or 5 chances to reproduce per year. Like that's all I'm rocking with. And I'm sorry, that's no offense to fights. It's just my computer just got shut on me. That's why that happened right there. But I'm just saying, like, that's all I got there. And I'm just saying, it's population control. It's getting rid of the middle class. It's getting all, like, I'm the best politician out there, and they haven't even seen me yet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, god damn. And also, please check your DMs. I've sent you guys so many blogs. And
This doesn't even. I don't even
What?
know what boner bucks are. Like,
You're gonna have to break this down for me.
I don't think I
could not follow.
can, John. It's like you make money. And for every dollar you earn in your career, you also make boner bucks. But he didn't explain like what boner bucks are or how much it costs to like, because he was like, it controls the population. You only have a certain amount of chances to reproduce based on how much boner bucks you make. But it's like, how much does it cost to like fuck somebody, or how much does it cost to impregnate somebody? How many boner bucks do I have, and how many boner bucks can I spend? If you're talking about trying to monetize pussy, that's kind of been done in a way. It's called prostitution. But if we're talking about like impregnating people and like do girls make pussy bucks?
I mean, theoretically, you'd have to believe.
Does everybody
right?
make boner bucks, or do we have pussy bucks and boner
Also,
bucks? And what's the conversion rate from pussy bucks to boner bucks? And you know, I'm willing to hear you out, dog. We have very dumb conversations here. Boner bucks is not the craziest idea we've ever heard of, but I just need to hear the idea. I don't know what it is. What would boner bucks be for you?
We for me, it would be you have to pay to get an erection.
Right. Okay.
And that sounds like what it was trying to be, but he definitely didn't explain it like that.
Okay. Now, would you say it would be fair? Because think about it. As you get older, you make more money, but then it's also like harder for you to get an erection, like your libido and sex drive and stuff. Like, would you say whatever you make per hour, like 1 hour of pay, is what it costs to get a boner? Would you be willing to do that? Because I think that would be fair. Like when you're a kid and you're making like, you're working at like the snack bar and you're like, oh my God, I'm making $10 an hour. I don't know what the kids are making now, but I remember being like, holy shit, $10 an hour. And if someone told me, okay, yeah, but it costs you $10 to get a boner, I'd be like, cool, I'll pay that. But I won't pay like unlimited. But like right now, I want to get my dick hard. I'll give you 10 spot.
Yeah, I think that actually is a very good way to put it. Very good way to keep it balanced and fair.
And like obviously we don't get paid by the hour anymore, but if you were to break down and we figured out what an hourly amount was, it's obviously way more than $10. But as you get older, your boners become more precious, your sex becomes, but then I guess it flips because it's like once you're married, it's like how much would I pay for a boner? What, to use on her? Nothing. You know what I mean? But a boner for myself, if I had to pay some money, if it was like, yo, I have a lazy Saturday afternoon to myself and I got to pay to get this thing up so I can pound off, I'd probably drop.
I'll break the bank.
Back up the Brinks truck, baby. That's like an unlimited, blank check situation. So maybe this dude can figure out exactly how the Boner Bucks market works. But I'm definitely into the idea of like paying, because then it's like, I don't know, maybe you could pay top dollar too to get a better boner. What if there was like good?
I was going
boner?
to say, yeah, because you definitely have tiers of boners,
Right?
But also like that's almost unnecessary because who's buying a mid bone?
No, but there could be a minimum to it, like.
Can you pay like half if you just want to get the job done?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're like only if I just want a halvesy, here you go. It's like. Fill up the tank. No. Just put like 10 regular in it. We're fine. But man, a premium boner these days, when you come by one that's like, this is good. You can hang a wet towel on it. Those are worth. That's worth like double the money, triple the money. Those are not happening very often.
Also,
these days.
like, how are we finding out our hourly salary? Like, is our hourly salary? Do we only, according to our
40 hours
in this theory? Do we only work while we're recording? Do we only work 6 hours a week?
Oh man, then our hourly is through the fucking roof.
Because then I don't think I'm ever getting boners anymore.
No, because I ain't paying that.
No,
that would have to be, you get like dozens and dozens of boners for that sort of payment. That's what I mean. This guy's got to break down like how much, or is it like minutes per boner? Maybe it's not how hard or big you are, but it's like, I want this boner to last 5 minutes.
Oh, I see. That's a good point. Every transaction, I guess it lasts until it ejaculates. Would probably be how long it lasts.
Right. By the way, ejaculate and Jackie, there's a joke there we got to figure out. I don't know. That just struck me as you said that. We don't have. We could.
Well, that's Stu.
Stu will know. I guess, and also it could be like for girls, it's almost like they would pay for the boner they want too. They could pay for how big and hard and long they want it,
That's like chipping in, going halvesies on it.
Yeah.
Like you do for abortions, like a gentleman.
Next up, that was good.
All right, so I'm gonna bring back a question that's got to be like 4 or 5 years old. So you guys may remember the girl who asked her boyfriend's parents about living in a light bulb, how dumb that was, and how the boyfriend was pissed about it. Well, the first time my now wife met my family, she got drunk enough to try to prove to them all that she could touch her elbows or face, I don't even know really how it ended up, to the ground without bending her knees, and just absolutely took a header into the ground and cut her face wide open in front of everybody. So I'll bring the question back. What is the dumbest thing your significant other has said or done in front of your family?
Parents?
Or friends?
Man. I just don't get people
That's a great question.
when you like meeting the parents for the first time or going to a big family event or something, like just be normal. Just keep it like normal, Like now's not the time to get drunk. Now's not the time to show that you can touch your face to the ground or whatever the fuck it was. Like now's not the time to even really like say a lot. Just ask a couple questions, listen, get out of there with your fucking, live to fight another day, and you're good. It's just wild to me.
I don't have an answer here. I've been lucky in my significant others.
I have not a
don't think I
stupid
got-
moment. I brought a girl home for the first time in college during the summertime. We walk into my house. The Subway series is on. And I want to say Hideki Matsui hit like a bases clearing double. And the girl I brought home, being a Yankee fan, started cheering. And my mom legitimately was like, it's like, nice to meet you guys. Like, okay, go to dinner now. and like kicked us out of the house. Like she wasn't like get the fuck out, but it was like we had already exchanged pleasantries, and like I told her my reservation was soon, and she was like, "Okay, time to go. Get out now." And I was like, and then we walked out, and she did not like. She was just kind of like, "That went well," and I was like, "You don't understand what you just did," and she was like, "What?"
Yeah,
like, I was like, "You just like." I didn't want to be like, "Yo, you just botched that," but I was like, "That will be talked about like forever now. Like you ruined it. You had one shot. You had one shot. You fucked it up. Crazy." So that's not like stupid.
I don't think I've ever had anything where I did something either. I think I'm a pretty fucking normal person.
Yeah.
It is just.
Dude, when the first like one of the first dates I went on with Caitlin, she was like, my parents are actually like in town in the city. Like, do you want to like just like go with them? And it was like, so it was weird to be like, I'm just going out with this girl for the first time and I'm basically meeting her parents. And I know that's like bizarre based on like social norms or whatever, but people were like, how did you handle that? And I was like a fucking adult. Like I sat down and had a burger and talked to these two people and was like, nice to meet you. What the fuck? Like it's not that crazy to handle in the moment, but I get it. But it was like, I don't know, man. It's not that hard for me to just be normal in front of some people you meet for the first time.
I was recently watching Seinfeld, and there's an episode where basically the guy takes a dive on a bet so he can take Elaine to dinner, and she's like, "This is a date." And he's like, "It's not a date. What are you talking about? Like we're just two people having dinner."
Right.
And then like he loses another bet, I think, or no, I think he just invites her to dinner Saturday night and brings his parents, and she's like, "This is a date. Like what are you talking?" And I agree with her, but I also could definitely see myself being the person where I'm like, "Oh yeah, my parents. Like, I brought my parents."
Right. Well, that's
like,
because you like your parents and they're normal and shit. If you have the type of parents who are like waiting for you to get married and like get all up in your business and you bring them along, then that's a bad idea. But if it's just like, yeah, my parents are like the type to hang out and
I always think that in movies where like it's like this is the first girl he's ever brought home. I bring every girl home.
Yeah.
Home's fun.
Right.
Like, I know.
Like, if you're cool at all, you're
it's
coming
on
home.
you if you think it's anything more than fucking just hanging out and like meeting my friends and hanging out with cool people.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna keep you in a closet until I decide that you're like worthy of me. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll take you to meet my parents first fucking weekend.
It's also like
if you put too much into it. That's on you.
It's also like I'll tell you what, like the least like sexual pressure packed whatever is like bringing my parents along. You know what I mean? It's like if it was a real date and I was like trying to get it in and stuff, trust me, we'd be alone. I'm not bringing my parents along for that fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Dude, by the way, speaking of movies, I watched Worth like 3 times last weekend.
You gotta stop watching that movie. Do you guys know that movie?
Dude,
Worth. It's about
it's
Michael Keaton
so
trying to figure out as like a lawyer and like arbitration guy, trying to figure out how much money the victims of 9/11, the families of 9/11 get from the airlines. And it's like about, do you get to know the victims or not? Do you just treat them as a number and just put them in the mathematical equation and churn out the number and that's it? John has watched it like 3 times in the last week for no fucking reason. It's the most depressing movie ever.
It's unbelievable. It's
What's wrong with you?
I can't recommend it highly enough.
I'm sure it's great, but fuck. It's like so is like Schindler's List and shit, man.
I'm on a big. I think we're living through a Michael Keaton renaissance, and I'm on a big Keaton kick. I'm along for the ride. Between that and Dope Sick, it is Keaton's killing it.
Yeah, I guess so. Jesus Christ Almighty. All right, last voicemail is brought to you by Allbirds. Spring is close, right? So you're gonna get out there. You're gonna finally get out of the house. You're gonna be moving around, and that's why you got to get your pair of the Tree Dasher 2s from Allbirds. It's the next generation of their main running shoe. That's a mix of natural materials. That's better for you. It's better for the planet. It's comfortable. It's stylish. And for this spring, when you're out and about, whether you are, out there running and exercising, or you're just walking around the city, going out to lunch, brunch, dinner, hanging out, or just hanging around in your shoes, going to work, back and forth. Everything's pretty casual these days, business casual. And the Tree Dasher 2s are versatile and can fit any situation. They have merino wool, eucalyptus, sugar cane, all of these natural materials used in all of their shoes to soften impact, have smooth transition, and continuously deliver comfort while you stride after stride. It's lighter, it's more responsive, it's more comfortable, it's more stylish, it's better for the environment, and it gives you extra traction while helping support your feet and ankles. And right now you can get your Allbirds at allbirds.com. ALLBIRDS. Spring forward with the Allbirds Tree Dasher 2 running shoe at allbirds.com.
Fights, KFC, Nick, Jackie, longtime listener, been on the show a couple times with the video voicemails as well. I was watching Transformers today with a couple of roommates, and we were kind of picturing putting other characters in the Transformers universe. The example we used was like Charlie Kelly and Frank from It's Always Sunny, putting them into the Transformers universe. So my question to you guys is, if you could put any cast of characters into any movie, what would it be and why? Thanks. Viva.
Are you done with whatever you're doing down there? Because I'm almost coming.
What am I doing? She doesn't want to be
you're
that.
petting a dog. I was jerking off. Okay. Okay. Looked like you were jerking off. Okay. Thought you were shaking a water bottle or
It really
something.
looked like that Daffy Duck meme. Like, you know
What's
what I'm
that one?
talking about?
No.
The Daffy Duck jerking off meme. Oh, it's a gift.
I don't even know the question. I was too busy simulating
I'm not
jerking
an
off.
idiot. I knew what it looked like.
Yeah.
I was leading you through it a bit.
Did you? What's the question? Can you repeat the question? My arm's tired.
If you take any, you could take any cast, any characters, and put them into a new universe. What movie would it be?
Okay. Which is kind of where we're at. I love that as a society, we are now, and I think it's a testament to the movie makers and showrunners and stuff. Like Michael Waldron is the guy who writes Loki, and now he's doing, I think, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And he's like 34 years old, 35 years old. So he's young in our generation, like grew up with all the same things we like know and love. And they're just willing to be like, you know what? We're going to put all the Spider-Man in the same movie. Fuck it. We're going to do something cool like that. And like it probably like breaks the unwritten rules of Hollywood and stuff. But it's just like, yeah, man, we're going to mix the X-Men and put them in here. And we're going to you're going to get to see, like, I guess it started back when they did like Jason versus Freddy and Alien versus Predator, where it was like, we're going to take all your fun, like hypothetical arguments and make them into fucking real life movies. That's awesome. I love that we're at like a spot where that shit flies. I would like to do, I think there could be a good Always Sunny Workaholics crossover.
Oh yeah,
I think that could be cool.
That's very good. That's a very good
like,
answer.
what do they do in Workaholics? What's like their job?
I don't know. I don't know Workaholics.
Because like you know those episodes where Sunny is like with the lawyer for a full episode, or the girl who decides who gets the lottery tickets. If they did that with the guys from Workaholics, and then there was an episode from the Sunny point of view and an episode from the Workaholics point of view, I think that could be a great crossover. That's like some Jetsons, Flintstones type shit.
That would be fucking sick. That's a very good answer. They've done this. I was thinking New Girl, but New Girl did it. New Girl did it with Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, that's right.
Where they like live in the same universe. This is so hard, dude.
Who would you want in Fast and the Furious?
Hard.
If you could mix them. Olympus Has Fallen with Fast and the Furious.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Imagine shit's going down and Gerard Butler's got to get out of there, and like Dom pulls up in a car. He's like, get in.
That's such a good fucking answer, Kevin.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If you combine the Fallen franchise with the Fast franchise.
What would it be called? Like the Furious Have Fallen or something like that? It's got to do something with the F's of Fallen. Fallen.
Fallen Fast.
That's exactly what it would be called. And it would not have to make any sense. Fallen Fast in theaters.
Fallen Fast, man.
That's fucking great.
That's an unbelievable answer, because it is such outrageous action.
Yeah.
Like combining those two, like, is just It's nonsense. It's total fucking nonsense, but it's fun nonsense. It's a good time.
I'd also like to just combine like Adriana Chechik with with like your favorite movie or whatever. I don't know. Just imagine like your favorite movie, but like the main character, like sometimes she's doing naked bowling, doing naked lube bowling in her apartment. That's just happening now. That's Adriana, the queen.
It's a rom-com. She comes home from a tough day, falling for her boss, and just does double anal.
Exactly.
That's just how she unwinds.
Yeah. I'm just doing single anal tonight. He really likes me. All right, tweet at us and post what do you want to see if you could cross over any crews and actors and actresses from different shows and movies. Make a hybrid. Let us know. Let's get into our interview with Jake Johnson. He's a guy I'd like to see in all sorts of different roles and different franchises, and he's a keeper. Just like if you've got your keeper, you got to go to Blue Nile to find your favorite piece. Now, at Blue Nile, you can get things like the big one. You can get the engagement ring, or you can get just regular old jewelry for an anniversary or Valentine's Day or a birthday, ranging in price from the affordable all the way up to the big kahuna. They've got it all covered, and they ship it to you, so it's discreet, it's insured, it's safe, it's all high-quality stones and jewelry, so you're getting the real deal sent right to you. You don't have to go shopping. You don't have to haggle over the price with a guy. You don't have to get ripped off by some guy in the Diamond District. Everything gets shipped right to you the same way that you buy everything else in the world. Why do you insist on going somewhere in person to buy jewelry when you can just get it shipped on the internet the way you do everything else, from your groceries and your clothes to all your other luxuries? You can also do it with your jewelry. Right now, you can make your moment sparkle with jewelry from Blue Nile, where you get $50 off a $500 purchase when you use the code Kevin. It includes engagement rings, so you can get a discount on that one. I don't think I would say that. I don't think I would tell her. Like, hey, by the way, I got this one on a discount. But you do get that discount. Like I said, the order is insured. It ships free and arrives in discreet packaging that won't give away what's inside. I use it for any and all holidays and purchases now. I don't have to leave the house. I barely have to lift the finger, and I can get nice quality jewelry sent right to me and make that present buying situation as easy as possible. Shop stress-free and find your forever piece at BlueNile.com. Promo code Kevin for $50 off your $500 purchase. It's Jake Johnson on KFC Radio. Let's talk to him.
The truth of the matter is I have great eyes and I can see things. And last night when I got out of the shower, I got a glimpse of my bod in profile. And I got to say, if I was watching a pornographic video and the gentleman looked like my pear-shaped body walked in, I would go, he's not cut out for this. He is not ready for the big leagues with that body. It's the end of the day. He's just not ready. Cut him. Put him back in the minor leagues. Put him in training.
Dude, I moved apartments, not that recently anymore, but in my new apartment now, I have like a glass shower and just a beautiful morning light that comes into the bathroom, and it's great, and you get a nice dose of vitamin D in the morning. This is beautiful. I feel great until you turn in the shower, because what that beautiful light is doing is it's putting a shadow onto the wall.
Oh, your shadow looks disgusting,
dude. It is grotesque.
When you see your own shadow,
it is like,
I look like my shadow looks like a medieval bad guy. It looks like a children's story, and it's some sort of lesson about like thievery.
Well done,
dude. At one point I couldn't figure out what part of me was what part of me.
It's gross.
I was like, what is that? Is that my stomach? Is that so? Does that mean that's my ass on the other side? I just could not figure it out.
It's my final week in control of the YouTube channel for the Blade Bet. I got a 1,000 subscriber lead right now. It's time to step on the throat, step on Feidelberg's cleanly shaven throat, and make sure we expose him for the ugly mutt that he is while I keep my beautiful scruff going here. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and comment, tell your friends to subscribe, and let's finish this thing off strong.